everyone. I'm Lisa Copeland, love coach and dating expert for women over 50. And today we're going to change course just a little bit because I'm going to be sharing to the men over 50 out there who are on my channel the top 8 first date turnoffs. And this is really important to know because there's some things men do that really shut us down. And I think it would be helpful for you to know what that looks like. Before we get started, I would love if you subscribe to my channel, and we'll let you know when videos come out. And also like this video and let me know in the comments below if there's topics you would like me to cover. All right, man, this is for you. Take it nicely because that's all the intention is, so that you can get what you want. I want to give you a heads up, guys over 50 out there, about women. A woman who wants to get to know you is excited when you ask her out and when you're going to meet her for the first time. In fact, hours before your date, she starts worrying about whether or not you are going to like her. And if you could look at her bedroom, she might have the entire floor littered with clothes, trying to figure out the perfect outfit to impress you. And she does her best to look good, hoping that the two of you will click when you meet. Well, then the date happens and she is bewildered by who she ends up meeting. And that's why today, guys out there, I want to share 8 tips that can help you make a great first impression and help you get that second date and maybe even the woman you would love to share your heart and life with. So let's start with tip number 1. Be sure you're using good pictures online. So many men don't realize that they post pictures that actually have women go, oh, no way. Examples of pictures like this are when you have toilets behind you. This is a peek into something we really don't want to know about quite so soon, and it's really personal. The second is pictures of you with other women. You might think this shows you get along with women, but for someone viewing your profile, they're thinking, why is he posting a selfie with his ex? Is he still with her? And a big one I hear about all the time is, why do men post pictures without a shirt? Listen, I got to tell you something here about this because it's going to help you. You may have great pecs, but according to research from the University of Colorado, your shirtless pictures make you seem less confident and more promiscuous. Here's, though, what women do like seeing in your pictures. Some of this is exactly what you like seeing in women's pictures. First of all, a great smile and a relaxed, natural pose. We also like to be able to see your face and your eyes and a full body shot of who you are. Tip number 2, guys, dress for a date like you care. Listen, women do not expect you to show up in a suit, but when you show up in baggy jeans that give us a view of your butt crack, or a stained shirt, or a sweatshirt and sweatpants with a baseball cap, it makes us feel a bit disrespected, especially when we've taken the time to look good for you. And it keeps you from getting a second date with someone you might like. Tip number 3 is about dental hygiene. I hear over and over again from women, I can't stand when a man's teeth are really bad. Okay, you might be the greatest guy on the planet, but if you have bad teeth or bad breath, it's likely you're getting passed over for something that can be easily fixed with a visit to your dentist. Tip number 4, don't share gross stories on a first date that are actually currently happening in your life. A client of mine had this happen when she hugged a man on a first date, and he blurted out that his dog had fleas. All she could think of was how to gracefully leave so she could go home and fumigate her clothes. She had a dog too, and she didn't want to pass it on to him. Seriously, No one wants to expose themselves to situations that might be contagious or harmful to them or their pets. Tip number 5, don't ask a woman out if you can't afford to buy her a cup of coffee. A man asked my client Anne to meet him for a first date at an ice cream shop. And she thought, wow, this is such a novel idea. And it sounded really fun to her. So she said yes. She shows up on the date and he's sitting on the bench right outside the ice cream place. And he motions for her, come sit by me. Okay, it was really hot out. And he never even asked her if she wanted water or ice cream. It took about 15 minutes for him to share he was out of work and couldn't really afford to buy her an ice cream cone. Guys, men don't expect a fancy dinner on a first date, but if you can't even afford an ice cream or a cup of coffee, it's worth getting your financial situation straightened out before dating. Tip number 6 is we know if you like us, you want to impress us, but there's men out there that drone on and on about all the great things in their life, like showing women pictures of their house, their car, their landscaping, their kids and grandkids, and their dog, and they don't take a breath and ask a question back. A woman who's agreed to meet you wants to get to know you, but a one-way dialogue is absolutely boring and a huge turnoff. Something you want to understand about women is that we were taught as little girls to make you feel good. So we listen because we're not sure where to interject without appearing rude. It would be so helpful and so much more fun if you asked us questions too. Dialogue is really a great way to get to know you and you to get to know us. Tip number 7 is don't stick your tongue down a woman's throat at the end of a first date. Women are far more into romantic love. A soft, gentle kiss on the lips is a better choice than doing the tongue thrust that makes her think you are overly aggressive and creepy. And it is a huge turnoff. But number 8 is actually the biggest turnoff, and that is when you're constantly talking about sex or asking a woman for pictures of her lady parts before or after a first date. Men are visual, I get that. And so asking for pictures are a huge turn on for you. But for we as women, the too soon talk about sex and the asking for pictures is a huge turn off. A woman does not feel safe when you do this, and more than likely will block you on a dating site because she's actually fearful. There is a time and a place for talking about sex, but a first date or before a first date is not really the time. To all the men out there, dating isn't easy, but if you want to impress a woman, consider keeping these 8 turnoffs out of your dating repertoire. You will have far better luck finding the woman of your dreams when you do. So I would love to hear your thoughts about this, and I hope you will post a comment below. And I want to remind you that finding love at this time is possible. It really, really is. And if you need help with this, look below, and we have resources for it to be easier for you. As always, so believe in you.